everyone. Welcome you all to the orientation class for financial reporting, that is March 2024 attempt. Just give me a quick yes or no. Am I loud and clear to you or not? Visible, audible, yes, no. Yes, great. So welcome you all to the orientation class. And as you know, this would be my first session in my own setup, that is TG Professionals. So thank you for joining in. And let's see what things I have for you in this session. So if you're planning to enroll, that's a separate thing, right? Even if you're a self-study student, this particular video is going to go on YouTube. So I'll not make it that interactive as opposed to how my sessions or live classes are, because then I want to take the spotlight right on YouTube. So I can't show your faces on YouTube talking to you. So what we are going to do is, in this session, it will be a monologue where I'll be talking to you. But every now and then I'll ask you, are you clear about this? Do you have any doubt? And then you'll write your doubt in the chat box, and then I'll look at your message and reply accordingly. Fine? Okay. So financial reporting for March 2024 attempt. Many students are asking this question that, ma'am, how to enroll? What is the process? That I'll cover towards the end. First, I want to discuss for everyone, even these self-study students, what exactly this exam is about. Financial reporting. What do I mean by this word financial reporting? Financial means number. Am I correct? Finance means numbers. Count it. What was your profit? Let's suppose you open a stall in some kind of a fair. You know, in our school days, we used to have Diwali melas. Diwali is a festival, Mela is a fair, right? So you open a stall there, maybe a game stall, and now I ask you, how much money have you made? So you're going to give me your financials. Ma'am, I sold this much, this was my cost, and this is my net profit. So that is numbers, that is financials. And if a business are reporting their numbers to the end user, who is this person? Who is this person? He's the user. User of what? User of numbers. Why would you be interested in the numbers of any company? Just imagine. Why would I be interested in your profit? Not like that, no? Like your relatives who are always interested in what money you're making, not that. But I'm talking about, why would any user be interested in the business of any person when that user either is an investor, he's already an investor, he has already invested money. So let's suppose I sponsored that stall for you. I gave you money to buy the raw material. So I am interested. Dude, I've given you money. You have to tell me how much money you made out of it. Right? So I'm the investor in your business and I need to know how much profits you're making. Or I am a potential investor. Potential investor means I am planning to invest. So those who are planning to enroll, you are the potential investors. Huh? So if you are a potential investor, already an investor, you are interested. So you can say, what do I mean by interested? You are having some kind of stake in that company. You have some kind of stake. I am interested in the business. So this user is known as stakeholder. I'm not saying shareholder, I'm saying stakeholder. Someone who holds interest in my business. Yes? Correct? So anyone who holds interest in my business is a stakeholder. And to cater to the needs of the stakeholder, I am supposed to report the numbers of my business to the stakeholder. Is just shareholder or potential shareholder the only user? Are they the only stakeholders? No. You have government, you have tax authorities, you have banks, you have employees. All these people are your stakeholders. See, I'm not telling you to take notes of anything. It's just like we are having a casual talk. I'm telling you something about financial reporting. We are listening to it and we are understanding it. That's it. Right? So there's no requirement of noting anything down as of now. If you're already an enrolled student, no need to note it down. Now, why government is a stakeholder? Because government have given you resources. Land belongs to government, country belongs to government. You are doing business there. So how are you affecting your country? Government is interested. Tax authorities, as the name suggests, you have to give tax, corporation tax, tax on your profits. So that's why taxation authorities are interested in your business. And then your banks gives you loan. What if I've taken a loan and I don't have that much amount of money? So I will have, I will be a bad debt for the bank. So banks always prefer what is your credit score, what were your bank statements, have you repaid money in previous, you can say years? Yes. So they look at your income tax returns. So they're interested in what is your earning. They're interested in your numbers. Then employees, why would employees be interested in numbers of any company? Can we imagine? Why would employees be interested? Simple. See, if I start working at a company, in a company, I'm going to be very much scared. What if tomorrow this company says, I'm not operating, get out? What if they say this to me? I'm always worried about my job security, isn't it? Wherever you join, everyone is worried about the job security, and that's a fact. So if I am worried about my job security, how would I get to know that my company is doing well in the, you can say world is doing well in the business? I'll get to know via their numbers, their financial statements. So how to report these numbers? See, now you know what is financial. Financial is numbers. Numbers are income, expense, asset, liability. Yes, income, expense, asset, liability. I can give numbers to them. Can I give numbers to how many employees do I retain? Can I give numbers to it? Can I quantify it? Or how many employees are satisfied, or how many customers are satisfied with my business? Can I quantify such things? What do you think? Yes or no? Can we quantify customer satisfaction? No. You can conduct a survey and you can actually, have a qualitative discussion whether the customers are satisfied or not, but you can't say, this is my number, let's report it to the user. No. How much money you paid, something which is verifiable, guys, something which is verifiable. How can you verify an income? You must have raised a bill. How can you verify an expense? You must have received a bill. How can you verify an asset? Go and touch the asset, go and check the invoice of it, physical verification. Audit students know this very well. How can I verify a liability? There must be a contractual obligation, so there must have been a contract to verify that. So anything which is verifiable, quantifiable, that is what I'm talking about as numbers that I need to report to the user. So reporting means communication. What is reporting? Communication. What is communication? Ma'am, why are you asking such stupid questions? We all know what is communication. But they have made a paper out of it. I'm not asking stupid questions. That's a subject in your curriculum. So they're talking about financial communication. The whole FR paper, in fact, whole set of IFRSs which you have, are made up for the sake of communication. So if I'm communicating with you, how I'm communicating? I'm speaking in English, A. Then I'm speaking via Zoom, B. If I would have spoken like offline, would I have been able to address international students? No. If I would have spoken in Hindi, would I have been able to address international students? No. So my point is that every communication has a rule to it. You can't simply babble around. No. You have to have some set of rules so that you don't mess up your communication. And those set of rules you are taught in financial reporting exam, that is FR. Correct? So what is FR? FR is based upon international financial reporting standards. How to talk to international users. So international, financial means numbers, reporting means communication, standard means rule. So how I have to talk to international stakeholders for my numbers to be communicated to them in a dignified and in a rule-based manner. That is financial reporting. Are we clear on this? What is financial reporting? Any doubts still here? See, it is very important for us to understand the subject content. If I directly start, IS 16 is there, conceptual framework is there, you'll get confused. Why are you studying this paper? You should know everything about it. So do you understand this? What is this exam about? Please be active on the chat box. Do we understand this? Yes, good. That's the energy. Next. Now let's come to the contents of this paper. There are 6 units that are created. I'll explain you what is there in each of the unit. Unit 1, conceptual framework and IS 16. So if you guys have given your F3 paper, first tell me the ones especially who are enrolled. I need to know, have you guys given your F3 paper or were you exempted? Have we given F3 financial accounting? Exempted, exempted, exempted. Great. Congratulations. Okay. So that doesn't matter anyway. So I am sure you must have done your basic accounting, 11th grade accounts. So you must be aware about debits, credits. What is trial balance? What is ledger? That's it. I just want you to know these things. Do we know these things? Anyone here who doesn't know these things? Know these basic things? Yeah, surely we know. Nobody here from the science backgrounds, right? Great. So we know these things, that's it. That's how you can manage FR. Rest I'll take care of. Now guys, as I said, you need to know these things. Then what about balance sheet? What about P&L? What about statement of other comprehensive income? What about statement of changes in equity? What about statement of cash flow? I'll explain you what exactly these statements are all about. As I said, you are going to report numbers. So numbers are to be reported in certain format. Rules are different. Format is different. So what is my format of the class? This PPT is my format. Similarly, you have a format to communicate numbers also. So that format is number 1, balance sheet, which is financial position statement, which is including your assets and liabilities. What is asset? What is liability? This is the class we are going to refer to. Yes. Then you have P&L, income, expense. Basically, we know what is an income and what is an expense, okay? But again, what is the definition for ISB given by ISB? We'll do in this chapter, conceptual framework. Then, statement of changes in equity. This statement is sister of statement of profit and loss. Yes. So, P&L is the primary statement you can say, and this is something where, some unrealized things go. What do I mean by unrealized? Unrealized doesn't mean that I have to say that something I've encashed is realized and something that I'm not encashed is unrealized. No. Let's discuss a little about this. Realized versus unrealized. We all have some objective. Yes, we all have some objective of doing something of some standard. So let's suppose, guys, you bought a property. This is a property that you've bought. This is a property that you bought, looks like a house. Now, this property was bought for the purpose of using this as an office. So my objective is to use this building as my business asset, as my property, plant and equipment. I'll do my business in this office. Now the value of this office increases. Let's suppose it increases by $30 million in your FR question. In reality, we might not be that rich, but the question in that company is rich. So they're saying we are having an office and the value has increased by 30 million. Now you ask yourself, ma'am, is it realized or it is unrealized? What do you think? What was your objective? Was your objective purchase of properties? Objective was fair value increase? Is it realized or unrealized? Yes, unrealized. Very right, Dhruti. So this is unrealized profit. Why? Because, ma'am, you purchased this property to use it in office. And if you have made a gain of 30 million on this property, that is not related to office. No, you're not selling this property. When will it matter to me? When I sell this property. Am I selling it? No. If you are from India, you must be having such experiences with your parents. They usually have bought a property 10 or 2, 15 years ago, and then they still boast about it. You know, I made a right decision back then. Now the value of my house is this much. Don't they? So what they are saying, they're living in that house. They don't want to sell that house, but they still are proud and happy. They feel that there's a gain because they purchase something whose value has increased today. But was their objective increase of value only? No. The time they bought that property, their objective was to live in that property. Today its value has increased, but that was not our objective. So that is unrealized gain. So unrealized gains are gains which are not related to objective, but are secondary gains. We just got them by chance. That was not something we aimed for. That was not something we were looking for. So that is unrealized gain, and that goes through statement of other comprehensive income. So this 30 million increase in your concepts you'll learn in IR 16 is known as revaluation gain. And this revaluation gain goes through OCI. Whereas the realized gains goes via statement of profit and loss. Let's discuss this. For example, today I want to invest in real estate. Do you guys have heard about real estate business? Have we heard about real estate? Like you invest in shares, you invest in various bitcoins and whatnot, gold, silver, diamond, blah, blah, blah. Similarly, you do invest in real estate also. So let's suppose today I want to invest in real estate and go and buy a plot of land. I don't want to live there. I don't want to have my institute there. I don't want to do anything there. I just bought it, kept it, and I'm roaming in my own house and office. So the point is, how am I going to account for the gain on that plot? So let's suppose I purchased that plot for $10 million, and at the reporting date is end of the year, financial year, the value of this is 12 million. So you made a gain was of 2 million. Yes, this is a gain. So where should I take this gain? Is it related to my objective? You will tell me this now. Is it related to my objective, realized or unrealized? Come on, waiting for your answers. This is realized or unrealized? You bought a plot of land, you wanted to invest in real estate. Your objective was to make a gain. Yes, it is realized. Right? This is a realized gain. Why did you buy that property? You wanted to make a gain. You didn't want to live there. You didn't want to construct your office there. So you bought this for the sake of investment, and that investment is known as capital appreciation. I was looking for capital appreciation, and that is why whatever gain I make on this property, on this plot of land, is going to go via statement of profit and loss, since it is a realized gain, since my objective was to make a gain. My objective was not to live there. My objective was nothing else but to make a gain. Are we clear on the difference between realized and unrealized? Quick yes or no? Yes, Isha, we do pay tax on this, capital gain tax. Very good. That is taxation. Sound is not coming. Am I audible to you? Hello? Am I audible? Is there any issue with the sound? Okay, it's coming. Anirudh, you need to check your internet connection maybe. Next. Yeah. So we are going to do these statements. Statement of changes in equity. Once again, you need to know what is equity for that, and accordingly you'll get to know what is changes in equity. Then you have cash flow. How much money in cash, in bank account, Google Pay, net banking you are getting. Cash flow. I made a gain is a different thing. I got that money or not is a different thing. For example, I said value increased by 30 million. Did that 30 million come to my bank? No. So that doesn't go into cash flow. Correct? Then you have IS 16 that's related to property, plant and equipment. So any property you use in your business, how do you report it to the end user? How do you communicate? User, I have this property with me. This is the value of my property. This is the gain I made on the property. So how do you communicate the property to the end user, to the stakeholder? That is IS 16. Then non-current assets, other non-current assets, for example, intangible assets, your investment property, your supporting standards like impairment, government grant, borrowing cost. All these things are there in this second unit. Now see, the first unit is what I'm going to focus in the first week. For the enrolled students, I'm going to focus on these standards first, these areas of syllabus first. We'll take this slow. FR is something because there's a lot of, if you've given FR before by chance, you know that there are so many rules in FR, we tend to forget. It's like everything is falling out of the hand, just like sand. So we have to take this slow so that we retain the things in our mind, and then we practice, ample of practice of MCQs is done, and then we move forward to the next one, right? So in the first week, we are going to cover these two topics in our enrolled courses, the students who are there in my enrolled batch. Then other non-current asset is our week 2 agenda, which would include all the supporting standards. Now by week 2, you will be a little active. I want you guys to attend all these sessions like is it a marathon? Okay, this is not a race. I'll tell you why. What is this marathon? You tell me yourself. Usually it happens when we begin something. Oh my God, I've got the access. Let's complete everything in one day. Oh my God, I've started the book. Let's complete it whole in one day, 2 days, 1 week maximum. I'll be like, I'll do this in 5 days, this in 6 days, done, dusted. And then after 2 weeks later, you are lying down on your bed, procrastinating, tired. You studied 16 hours a day for 2 days, and then you are just done. That's known as procrastination, and that is natural. And I know that students face this. That's why I always say this is a marathon, okay? This is not a race. I want you to go slowly and then gain pace. Once you've gone slowly, and then the pace is to be taken. Not that this and then. These are the people who tend to say, ma'am, may I give the exam in the next quarter? Ma'am, can I skip this attempt? I'm not confident, because this phase comes in their preparation. I want you to go this way, slow. Yes, slowly and steadily we are going to pace it up. So this is why other non-current assets in our week 2. Then we have IFRS 15 and 16, revenue and leases. How do you record revenue? That means you have sold something to your customer, you've had a contract with the customer, and how you're going to record it in your balance sheet, in your P&L. That's what is there in IFRS 15. Very interesting standard. Then you have IFRS 16 leases. How do you account for rent? If I've taken something on rent, or if I've given something on rent, how do I account for it in my financial statements? Then IFRS 9 and IS 12. IFRS 9 is a very interesting chapter. Why is this interesting? Because it is as it is carried forward in SBR. And in SBR, it's quite not interesting. It's quite difficult. So in SBR, the most difficult standard is this IFRS 9. You ask any senior of yours, any person who's given SBR, they'll tell you they're mostly troubled with financial instruments. And the reason is they've not done it well in FR. So I am telling you today only, please do it properly in FR so that you're not troubled in SBR, right? You'll easily pass FR, but SBR might be a trouble. So prepare for it now. Only you have to complete ACCA, not just FR, right? And then you have IS 12 deferred taxation. So this is a quite complex concept. Why deferred taxation? For example, okay, let me explain this. There is a difference between accounting rules and taxation rules. There's always a difference. Have we given tax paper yet? Anyone here who's given the tax paper? Anyone here who's done with the tax paper? Yes. Cool. So you guys like taxation, huh? You've given taxation already. I hate tax. I don't know why. Anyway, this is your taxation rule. This is your accounting rule. So taxation rule are separate. That's why you have a different paper for it. Accounting rules are separate. That's why you have separate paper and tutor for this. So in accounting rules, what we talk about is we talk about IFRSs. That's how you account for anything in your financial statements as per IFRSs. In taxation rules, you have separate taxation rules. For example, your income tax rule is there, your capital gain tax, inheritance tax. I don't even remember the headings, but there are so many things, right? So that is a separate segment. This is a separate segment. But at the end of the day, the accountant has to pay tax as per the tax authorities. You can't go and fight with the taxation authorities, or you can't fight with an income tax officer. No, I had a profit of 10 million. Why did you make it 12 million? You charge depreciation. Let's suppose you charge depreciation during the year 5 million. Taxation authority said, this person is very, overestimating the depreciation. He just wants to save the tax. So taxation authority say, according to me, the depreciation that you're calculating, they call it something else in taxation rules. Can you tell me what is that? What do we call depreciation in tax rules? Let's see how many of you remember TX. The ones who said yes. What do you call depreciation in taxation? Starts from C. No one? Very good. Capital allowance. This is known as capital allowance in taxation rules. So you call it depreciation. Taxation authority say, you say this kid is known as Mr. Ram. They say, no, this kid is known as Mr. Sham. But at the end of the day, both of you, the taxation authorities and the accountant, they are going to take the asset to zero or scrap. If I have this pen, I want to depreciate it. What is the purpose of depreciation? Do we do it as a matter of mood swing? We just like to do depreciation. That's why we do it. No. If our asset was at $2,000 and we want to bring it down to a value of 100, that is the scrap value. So my depreciable amount is 1900. Over the period of this life of this asset, I need to depreciate my asset by 1900. So let's suppose the life of the asset is 5 years. So over the period of 5 years, I need to allocate 1900 so that at the end of the day, it becomes 100. So scrap value for taxation authorities, okay? Scrap value for taxation authorities and scrap value for accounting authorities is same, and that is $100. So both of them are going to bring the asset down to 100. Now the point is, in which proportion they are going to allocate this 1900 over 5 years. So maybe the accountant says, in the first year, I will charge the depreciation of $150. And taxation authority says, I will charge a depreciation of 200. So this is a temporary difference, because at the end of the day, it will get resolved. Both of them will bring this 200. So this temporary difference gives rise to deferred taxation. You know, today I've explained you a very important concept, logic. I don't work on concept, I work on logic. Accounting is all logic. If you are able to find it, there's no cramming or ratification here. So both of them are going to bring the asset down to 100. Then why in the world I would say this is a permanent difference? No, this is not. Capital allowance is 200 and depreciation is 150. It's just for this year. In the span of 5 years, they both will have total depreciated amount of 1900. So I can't say my tax is different. I will create a deferred tax asset or a deferred tax liability. So you'll get to know about this concept more when we come to IS 12. So this is your IS 12 chapter. Then you have groups. Very, very important. Star of your preparation. This includes your consolidation. So if you guys have seen this, if you open WhatsApp, you all have joined this via WhatsApp, I hope so, or Instagram, maybe Instagram also. I don't use Facebook. So maybe these are the two things via which you've joined me, or YouTube. But these two companies, have you observed previously these two were separate? Now when both of them, it's written from Meta, by Meta. Yes, it's written. Try, open your WhatsApp, open your Instagram. I know you all love it. So what's written there? By Meta. So who's Meta now? Facebook's new name is Meta. So Meta is the parent company of both WhatsApp and Instagram. Meta is the parent because Meta has purchased WhatsApp, Meta has purchased Instagram, and now they have made a group. Previously, they were competitors and now they're family members. Wow. That's how things and relations change. I want to say something in Hindi here, but let it be. So the Meta company is parent, Instagram and WhatsApp both are subsidiaries. So how do we make their consolidated account? How do we make their group accounts? That is basically groups. So you have to not just prepare, WhatsApp will not only prepare their financial statements, Instagram will not only prepare their financial statements, or Meta will not only prepare their financial statements, but they all will prepare a combined set of financial statements, which is known as consolidated financial statement. And you guys, you are going to be the experts of this consolidated financial statements. You'll prepare ample of group balance sheet, group P&L, group cash flow you'll make in SBR. So this is there in our group accounts. Star of your syllabus. Then you have interpretation. What is interpretation? F5, F9, you've done this. So interpretation is basically ratio analysis. Ratio analysis means I'm going to calculate some ratios and I'm going to say whether this company is doing good or not. What is the performance of this business? So in this chapter, the only one thing is about answer writing technique. There are no rules, or you can say there are no standards around it. It's all about answer writing, articulation. How do I comment whether this business is doing good or bad? That is given to you in interpretation. So they will give you a full 20 marker case study and you're going to say, okay, this is how I comment, this is how I analyze. I'll talk about the format, but yeah, this is interpretation, correct? Then you have some small standards like IS 37, IS 10, IS 33, EPS, inventory. All those small standards combined are here with interpretation, 1 day standard. I place one live class and you'll be done with those small standards, right? So these are the units and this is how your syllabus is bifurcated. Now, how we are going to cover it? First, let me explain you the format of your exam. Those who are giving ACC exam for the first time, how the format of this paper looks like. You have section A. Okay, there's section A, there's section B, and there's section C. A and B are quite similar because these are related to MCQs, objective type questions. Then, ma'am, why did they make A and B out of it? They would have put everything in A only. What was the need of B? In section A, all MCQs are independent. Not that they will be coming out of the exam and, dancing. They're not independent in that manner. The question, knowledge of question 1 will not be used in question 2. So they are unrelated. Question 1 will be unrelated to question 2, and question 2 will be unrelated to question 3. That's why they are independent. Each MCQ is worth 2 marks. So you are going to get 15 MCQs here. Each will be worth 2 marks. So you will get 30 marks out of this. If you want, you can note this down. This is the format. Then section B. What is there? There are once again objective type questions. Okay. But these objective type questions are related. So there will be 5 case studies. Okay. There will be 5 case studies. Or you can say, just let me explain you once again. They're going to be like one case study is there. Under this, there are 5 questions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Each is worth 2 marks. So you get 10 marks here. So such, we will have 3 case studies of 10 marks each. And each case study is going to have further 5 MCQs. So 3 questions, 3 case studies. There are 5 subparts which are MCQs only, and each MCQ is worth 2 marks. So this is also for 30 marks. So section B is also for 30 marks. And this is also objective type question. Why objective? I'm specifically telling. In your MCQs, you are not supposed to talk to the examiner. You have to tick that, okay, this is the right option, this is the wrong option. You don't get the burden of articulating answers or calculating stuff that is there in section C. So just by doing MCQs correct, if you all out of 60 MCQs or out of, you can say 60 marks, even if you get 50, you can easily pass your paper by getting expertise in MCQs. But I don't suggest it because you don't know how the paper might turn out to be. It might be very difficult because MCQs also have a strategy. It's not simple that I taught you the concept and now you can do the MCQ yourself. No. I will help you with the MCQs as well. Because each MCQ, every question has a strategy to it. You can't simply say that this is the answer and this is the way to it. Everyone can find the way to it by looking at the answer at the back of the kit. There's a trick involved in each question. You need to understand that trick. Each topic, each standard has certain set of MCQs, and each MCQ has a trick involved. So that trick we have to master so that any type of MCQ comes out, I know that how to decode this with this trick. Right? So that is what we have to emphasize in our training. I very much emphasize on MCQs in my classes. Then what we have is section C. So this section C, guys, it's related to 2 questions which are subjective, and each question is 20 marks. So 20 marks question, and this section C question, the topics which will be tested in question number 1, either you will get a question from groups, you will be asked to prepare a group statement of financial position or P&L, or you will get a single entity question. So single entity is individual financial statements, individual balance sheet, individual P&L. So either of these 2. And in question number 2, for another 20 marks, you might get an interpretation question, that is for sure. Mostly, guys, interpretation is short. So what is our most important area of syllabus? Not groups, not single entity, but interpretation. But the point is, this is easiest. But students, they are troubled by this topic a lot. I don't know why. Maybe they don't have answer writing technique. They've not attended good sessions. They don't know what to write, how to explain, how to articulate. This is the easiest topic because it requires common sense. If I know that my profit is falling, these are the reasons, and this is my articulation. So this is the easiest. Even if you have not studied anything about interpretation, still you can answer 20 marks question like that only. And then if I talk about your single entity and groups, these are numerical questions. So you will be doing them on your Excel. You'll be doing them on your CBE. So I will do these questions with you in class. Of course, I'll not use Excel here. So that will be a screen sharing, normal Chroma based class. So we are going to do that for our section C questions. Now, how we are going to conduct the classes or what will be our plan? Let me share that. This is your live class timetable. Everyone, please pay attention. We are going to have classes mostly on Sundays. Are we all okay with Sunday classes? The people who enrolled? Are we good with Sunday classes? Yes? Great. Okay, good. So usually Sunday classes around 8 p.m. Indian time. So you can find, if you're an international student, you can see what time it will be at your end. So we are going to discuss non-current assets here on 18th of December. So I'm going to discuss your conceptual framework and your IS 16, right? So conceptual framework and IS 16. Now, if you are planning on to enroll, all these classes will be properly made available to you tomorrow. So tomorrow the recorded classes will begin. If you have already gone through the portal, then I can't help it. But from my side, everything will be set, given to you tomorrow. Today was orientation. Today is the formal commencement of the batch. So tomorrow you will start watching these classes recorded. Then on Sunday, I will meet you and we will be discussing these topics. How I'm not going to teach them again. We're going to pick up questions randomly from the kit. And in these classes now, you are not supposed to refer any text. I usually follow Kaplan. So whatever I will be teaching, I will be giving you notes for that. Now, these notes are not compiled notes. Okay, don't ask for me, ma'am, where are the full set of notes? No. Each class, whatever I share as a PPT, that is given to you after each class. And don't ask me, ma'am, where are they right now? As I said, tomorrow is commencement from my side. Okay. So conceptual framework, IS 16, everything's notes will be provided together with the lecture. So once you're doing the lecture, you can refer to them, or after watching the lecture, you can refer to them. So no need to make your own notes while attending the class. If you are a person who's good in making running notes, like if you are watching this lecture, if you get that school vibe and you are acquainted, or we are habitual of writing running notes from our class 11 12, that is the, I think, best time which we have actually experienced while studying. So if that type of your version is coming out via these classes, then do write the notes. That will help you retain. But anyway, whatever I do on board, I'm going to give you in written form after each lecture, after each video, correct? Then we are going to have next class on 26th December on single entity, basically other non-current assets. Then we are going to have another session on this, where we are going to discuss IFRS 15, 16, 9, IS 12. Then you're going to have group accounts classes. 3 classes I've kept because MCQs and your section C questions are to be solved. And then we are going to have 2 classes for interpretation. These are live practice sessions. Apart from them, there will be pre-recorded practice sessions also. So overall, if I tell you what is my way of teaching, you're going to watch the recording. Okay. With the recording, I'm going to tell you which questions to do. You will do these questions. In the class also, I do some TYUs. You will do some questions extra. What are these TYUs? I'm referring to Kaplan text. So I would prefer and I would provide you with this Kaplan text to the enrolled students. You are going to use the Kaplan text, the TYUs which are there within this. Test yourself questions. You are going to solve these test yourself questions. Some of them I would have already solved in the class. Some you will do yourself. Right? And then you are going to attend the live class where I'm going to solve questions from the kit. So you have not touched kit yourself. You're not required to do so. I will help you with the kit kickstart. I will tell you how to start the kit in my live sessions on the Sundays. Then we are going to give you assignments for each unit. Assignments will be provided to you. So you're going to attend those assignments. Those will be marked. Each unit means 6 assignments would be there. So 6 assignments would be marked. Then you are going to have your mocks. Towards the end, before the mocks, we are going to have some practice sessions. Apart from the sessions that I've listed, there will be some practice sessions. The date is not yet announced and finalized. Some of the sessions would also be free of cost. We call them as marathon videos. That would be done in February. So in the month of February, there are going to be many practice sessions in addition to marathon videos and grand revisions. So I want you guys to be ready with the concepts. I will be done with my concepts. I will be done with my concepts by 8th of February. All the concepts with the ample of practice will be done with the syllabus. Right? Then thereafter, we are going to pick up random questions. Like I do Super 20 questions. We are going to pick them up and we are going to solve them in the class itself. And out of those, there will be some free. If you are a self-study student, stay connected on my YouTube channel or on my WhatsApp groups. You can just, DM me and you'll get the link to the WhatsApp group. So you'll get notified whenever those marathon videos are conducted. Correct? So this is how our plan would look like for our March 2024 attempt. So weekly recordings, class notes, attend those, practice questions with me in live class, write regular mocks and assignments, stay in touch with the tutor through paid WhatsApp group. So I'm added in a lot of WhatsApp groups, but there is one premium WhatsApp group which is created for the students who enroll. So if you're already part of it, I am sure you know what I'm talking about. Those who are not, if you enroll, you will be part of it. And the people who are enrolled, one thing, please communicate to me via group only, because if you would DM me, I might miss your DM. And I don't want to ignore any text. So I want you guys to communicate to me via a group, because I pin you. My FR and SBR paid groups are pinned in my WhatsApp, and I know whenever anyone would text, I would look at them first. So you have to get your priority. You've paid for this priority. Okay. This is not free, which you're getting. So you have to communicate to me via a WhatsApp group, which is pinned in my inbox also. So try not to DM, right? It might get missed. So this is how we teach at TG Professionals. If you have any doubts, please let me know. I'll cover those. Are we clear till here? Any doubts? Yes or no? Are we clear? Okay. Now let's look at how you can purchase the course, because there's a lot of confusion going around, because since I just launched, so there were some backend problems which are now resolved. So 50% off is going on currently for first 50 registrations. So we already have few seats left, so you can still register. And this is the coupon code FR50 that you have to use on website to get yourself enrolled. So that's an automated process. Okay. So you can just visit the website. This is the link. Currently, I think my Wi-Fi is not working. Let us leave that part. So you have to just visit the website tgprofs.com, and the coupon code to get 50% discount is FR50. Whether you're an Indian student or global student, you have to register via the website. If you face any payment issue, then you have to WhatsApp on my number. So my number I'm also typing for any type of doubts you might have. This is my WhatsApp number. You can text me anytime for any problems that you face. You'll be part of some free global groups also. So you'll WhatsApp on this, you'll get an automated message. This is the WhatsApp group, be part of it and stay in touch. Because it's not about that I'm going to just give you paid content, right? There is going to be mentorship in terms of plans. I always, I know that you guys are not punctuative, or what you call as punctual, right? You're not that punctual. You do procrastinate. So I keep on making such plans, 15 days plans, 20 days plan. Then some free sessions, grand revisions are there. So if you want to take help from that, okay, so you can be in contact with me on this number. So that is it. Now I'm on to your doubts. Please ask your doubts. Okay. Ma'am, total how many lectures are in FR? You can count. Live classes, I hope you're talking about. So these many live classes. For the syllabus completion, for practice, there would be more. Yes, weekly unit wise, the content will be released. Yes, you have to give exam in Excel. I'm here to help you with that. I will be doing all section C questions on Excel itself. So you'll get to know in live classes. Yes, Vaid, very right. Okay, the students who've already enrolled are not yet added on the WhatsApp group. There's a huge crunch which is there. So it is a manual process. I'll be adding you soon. So if you've enrolled like 24 hours before, so you are yet to be added into the WhatsApp group. How much is the fees? The actual fees for FR is $150, and 50% discount is going on this fees. So you can enroll via the website. I think in Indian rupees, it's around 6250. Week-wise, Iman, it will be released, all the recorded lectures as per the plan. Right? Is there any doubt? Anything that I've not covered? And come on, give me a quick feedback. How was the class? How's the way of the class? I've changed the things. Please give me a feedback. Give me a good feedback, okay? So did you enjoy the session? Did we enjoy the session? Thank you. Okay, that's how you get your own praises. But I do want to know the way of teaching. Your feedback is appreciated. This is a new thing that I've introduced in our ACCA classes. So do you enjoy this type of teaching? Does it give you those school vibes? That interaction that, tutor is working and stuff? Yes. Great. Oh, wow, Iman. That's good to know. Thank you. This stuff works best. So thank you guys. I think that is it about today. Keep smiling, keep preparing. May God bless you all, and do not take a lot of load. It is a marathon, not a race. We got this, okay? We got FR this time. We have to just follow. If you're self-study, follow my plan I've given to you. I'll be giving you next plan after your results also. So I'm not going to leave you, okay? I'm a very, what do you call that as? Proactive or hyperactive person who's going to ping you, oh, this is the next plan, this is the next plan. So you have to keep track with me, okay? So if you just keep track with those plans, you don't fall out of those plans, you're done with FR this attempt for sure. So that's it. Thank you for joining me live. It was lovely having you all. If you would have any further doubts, please feel free to reach out to me. I've already given you my WhatsApp number. Thank you. This class will be uploaded on YouTube as well. Yes. Goodbye. Take care. Yes, Ashish, it will be there on YouTube. Bye bye.